Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. That is my call sign. My name is Mac, Mike Alpha Charlie. I'm situated here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And it's Friday night, approaching 8 p.m. That means we're going to be covering VA3IMW Friday Night Ragchew with our host Larry, VE3LBI. Please stand by.
Good evening, all, and welcome to the Friday Night Zettery Repeater. On the Ragchew here. Let me see, where am I? I'm lost for a second here. Welcome all to Friday Night Zettery Ragchew on 443.075. Has a plus offset, no tone is required. My call sign is Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India, and I'm located on the East Hamilton Mountain. It's an open net. To join the conversation, please give us your call sign and your name. Tell us about yourself, your equipment, or what do you want to add to the conversation. And before we start, I'd like to thank Terry, VE3IQL, for the use of the VE3ZOE repeater. Please remember, using a repeater has good coverage in Ontario, so no religion, politics, or foul language. Last but not least, please let the repeater drop so we can get into our conversation. Can I get check-ins for Friday night? ZOE or Ragchew? Come on in, VE3LBI.
VA3IMW. I hate dead air.
Victor Echo 3 India, Uniform Kilowatt. I'll echo that. I had somebody key up after IUK. Come on in again, please. VE3LBI. We've got a couple of check-ins on YouTube there, and Mac, thanks for doing it. We'll announce that in a minute. We got Wayne in there, VA3FMB, and we have Guy in here also. So say hello to them. Anyways, Mac, thanks for live streaming on YouTube. Anyone wants to watch the live stream, look up Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. Look for the live. Hit the like button. Excuse me. I was in a rush tonight. I had to do something, so I better slow down for a minute here. And anyways, okay, thanks you guys. Anybody else checking in Friday night? Is that ready to? Come on in, VE3LBI. VA3NCA. All right, I got three check-ins so far. Matt and Bill and Wade, IMW, IUK, and NCA. Anybody else checking in? Come on in, VE3LBI. VA3CP. Anyways, okay, thanks very much, everybody, so far. Like I say, Mac, thanks very much for live streaming on YouTube. I did went back and looked for the award for the 12 Days of Christmas. I looked under Kilo 2 Romeo Yankee Delta. Apparently it's been postponed until sometime in February due to some issues they're having. So you won't be able to pick up your 12 Days of Christmas for 2025 until then. I did a little post this afternoon, but I had a laugh. One of the activators, one of the fellows that called in, his call sign was Whiskey, Whiskey. I think it was either 4 or 5. Whiskey, Whiskey, Whiskey. So you can imagine, Whiskey, Whiskey 4, Whiskey, Whiskey, Whiskey. The activator says, I think I'm drunk already. Anyways, let's pick it up here. Mac, how are you doing this Friday night, VE3LBI?
Well, it is TGIF Day after all, and I've been looking forward to it. It's been a busy week. The trip home was nice and lickety-split quick. We did have snow and blowing snow on the top end of Guelph, but coming down the highway, things seemed to open up nicely. And getting into Hamilton, I think I saw -2 Celsius on the dashboard thermometer. And I'm thinking, goodness gracious, this is the weekend they said we're going to be chilling like a villain, whether you like it or not. So definitely, I approve of these warmer, balmy temperatures here. And hopefully Lake Ontario can act as a big heat sink for us and keep us fairly consistent rather than the shriveling temperatures that they had forecasted. So, yeah, we can build a nice RF barrier around the city. That would be really good. Anyways, interesting radio stuff. All my contacts this evening, except for one, and I'll tell you about that shortly, have been West Coast, California 3 times, and Washington State. And then the other guy I was talking to, his call sign is VE7 Victor Alpha Kilo, and he's currently visiting Arizona, and he's been activating in the same park for quite a few days. And he hopes to top his 10,000 contacts tomorrow. So, yeah, keep an eye on the spotting page for the guy. I think actually it's Victor Alpha 7, Victor Alpha 7, Victor Alpha Kilo. And I want to be around when he tops over the 10,000. It sounds like he's been working at this for a little while, and would certainly be nice if the Hamilton POTA operators had a hand in pushing him over the top. So just something to look out for. Again, keep an eye out for your VA7, VAK. If you want to update your trigger in HamAlert, that would also be nice as well. Nice to see a Canadian making a real footprint down in the southern states. Back to you, Larry.
Yes, I've worked him a couple, maybe 3 times. I played POTA this afternoon. Got on about, I don't know, 1:45, maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock. Made quite a few contacts. Worked Turks and Caicos. The 3 gentlemen down there. Obviously, they're from the U.S., but they're, I guess, doing something in that area. So I worked the 3 of them. I tried to get a hold of Bill. Bill wasn't around to tell him they were on there because they were really a good signal. So shame on you, Bill.
Yeah, but when Bill's near the radio, he takes his cues quite well. Was it last night or the night before? Yeah, I think it was last night. I heard a guy in California on 20 meters, and I thought, geez, Louise, you know what? I can hear him. There's no reason why Bill can't. So I gave him a shout, and he tuned down to the same frequency, and he made contact with the guy in California on 20 meters. So a little extra confidence boost in his own radio setup and antenna. So things are working that way. But it is quite unique that the West Coast seems to have a pipeline developing into the southern Ontario region. So it all works good.
Unfortunately, Larry, I was out walking the dog when that happened.
Who let the dogs out?
That's 2 days in a row. There was somebody else who was in there. I can't remember if it was Barbados or some other place was in there. And I called you on the radio. I called you on the here, and you weren't around. I'm thinking, oh, come on, Bill. It was really like a couple of really good. As a matter of fact, I think Dave worked the party. I can't remember who it was now. He made me remember. I gave Dave a shout too, but would have been a really good contact. So, anyways, okay, Bill, you're up. VE3IMW, VE3IMW, come on in. Yeah, good evening, Larry. Good evening to all. And yeah, when you called me, I was walking the dog, and she was being a state tonight, though, believe it or not. So that was pretty good, and he gave me a 5.5 signal report. He was sort of just above my noise level, so I was able to make him out enough to get that QSO in. So nothing monumental today, just all U.S. parks, no real DX. But as I say, 60 new parks. So I think I'm up to almost 1,930 parks. So we are moving, and I appreciate your help there last night, Mac. So there you go. Maybe in the spring we can look at tweaking this antenna. I don't know if I could do much more with it, but who knows? Anyways, just a comment on printers. Being that it's Friday night, there's more people on there. My particular Hewlett-Packard printer does not like third-party cartridges, so we got stuck with a whole bunch of third-party cartridges that won't work in the HP printer. They want their own branded cartridges in there. Go figure, eh? Greed. Anyway, that's it from here, and back to you, Larry. Yep, very good, Bill. Oh, so they have the chip in it that obviously looks at the cartridge and says, oh, this wasn't one of our products, and we won't function in this printer. Or, sorry, you can't not put this in the printer. Oh, excellent. That's a good way. Yep, they got it all figured out, don't they? Yeah, and I is certain, apparently it's not all HP printers, but this particular model number I have, I guess I should have read the real tiny print, wherever that may be. So I was not a happy camper, and it's going to go to another alternative for printers instead of cartridges, because HP, what they seem to want you to do today, they want you to be part of their Instant Ink program, which means if you forget to pay your bill and you've got Instant Ink cartridges in your computer, you can't even print. So going to look at maybe a tank printer or going totally to LaserJet printer here and make sure it's a printer where I can use third-party cartridges. Was not a happy camper, but anyway, that's my little bit of a rant on the tech world, how greedy they're getting. I won't even get into the idiocy of Microsoft, so I better stop there. Back to you, Larry. Yep, okay, Bill, no problem. And yes, back to the other thing you asked me earlier, the Hunter log. Yes, I have it running no problem on Ubuntu Mint. It's working quite well. I haven't had any, well, there is a bug in the program. He's aware of it. He put the patch out for it, but it's not the final. He's doing, I guess, the fine tuning and looking at other people's comments. How can I adjust something or change something? So he's not an older gentleman. He's in his 40s apparently, but having a lot of fun going back and forth with him, setting up things and changing. And he takes things with stride, looks at it, and will make you modifications to the program, which a lot of people want. Yeah, Roger. Well, I do have it installed. I just sort of got distracted with other stuff and I haven't done anything with it. So maybe we'll have a look at that tomorrow, because I'm hearing a lot of good positive comments about the program. So the more people that are using it, the more chance of finding bugs and giving him the feedback he needs. Okay, Larry, that's it from here. I'll just listen along. Good evening, everybody. And I just wanted to make one more quick comment. Mac and I were talking last night. My noise problem. So I am starting to track it. So last night, that noise kicked in around 5 o'clock, ended about 8, and it's horrendous. It just 10 over 9 every band. Tonight, it kicked in about 5 o'clock and nicely let up around 7. So we are tracking that. That's it, Larry. Back to you. Oh, excellent. Okay, so at least it's not all day, Bill, like it was. Maybe we had something to do with people being home at Christmas time or something, or that period of time, which would be strange. But anyways, that's a good idea to keep an eye on it, and like you say, track it day by day, and maybe you can pick it up with something, and maybe it's something to do with, I don't know, hydro, or well, it could be probably something local. Yeah, Roger, that's what I figured, because one thing I did do to make sure that has nothing to do with my equipment, I have a portable shortwave radio here, and I went outside with an antenna and just strung it around in the backyard, and I was still picking up that noise. So I just wanted to confirm that. So I bet you if I walked around the neighborhood, even just an AM radio, I'm probably going to maybe be able to track it a bit. But sort of waiting for the weather to get a little bit warmer, Larry. I think you're going to have to wait a few more days. We got a couple of really cool nights coming and cold days. Well, let's put it this way, colder days. Starting, I think, tonight, and I think it's either 2 or 3 really cold nights we got coming with this for us, Bill. Yep, by Tuesday it's supposed to start warming up. So yeah, it's going to be really cold this weekend. So no, going to limit the outdoor activities this weekend except for the dog walking. Anyway, Larry, I better turn it back to you, let you pick up some more folks. I'll be listening along. Thanks a lot for doing it. Yep, okay, Bill, no problem. Thanks for being there. All right, before I pick up Wade, anybody else checking into the Friday night Zeri Ragchew? Come on in, VA3IMW. All right, I didn't hear anything in there. Wade, you're in. Come on in, VA3NCA, VA3LB. How you doing?
VA3LBI, VA3NCA. Good evening, Larry, and good evening, everybody on net. I got the time of day correct this time. I don't know what happened there, except maybe that's an example of the long week. Longer than 5 days, but here we are. On Friday, we made it, so that's all good. I'm a little bit out today because that first person who you couldn't pull out of the noise there at the initial call, that was me. I forgot again to put the power back up on my radio. I had it turned way down because I reflashed the corrupted card on my digital hotspot that I have here, and just to fix that after it got corrupted. And that little thing is too close to the antenna, and so when I play around with it, I turn the power down to not overwhelm it. Anyways, long story medium, that was me keying up at low power, not making the repeater well. But anyways, got that straightened out, and here I am. No radio today. No work from work day, so I was there at the office. But I'm here now and starting my weekend. I'm back to you.
I wondered who it was. I could hear somebody keyed up there, but I couldn't quite make out who it was. How are you finding your work hours now? Are you? I know you changed jobs and everything. Are they a little bit longer or comparable, or just have they changed that much at all for you?
Yeah, it's about the same amount of time. It's just different. It's better in some ways and not in others. Before I was on the call with it would eventually come up to me, and I, could be called at any time. That's no longer a thing, although getting people to update their lists all around campus is difficult. So I do occasionally still get calls, but just because they're running from old lists. But anyways, I'm not really expected to do anything about it. But in this case now, it's a lot of meetings and it's a lot of visiting with people who are on campus. So I'm actually probably on the campus more often than I used to be. So and the initial getting set up. It's a new department for enterprise architecture, and so there's all the work to do to set that up. So a little bit of bucket A and a little bit of bucket B. There's just different use of my time, I suppose.
Yeah, are you up to full power, Wade? You're just a little bit crackly to me. I'm not sure other people, but a little bit staticky. Full power?
Let me just check here. Yeah, it says so. Maybe I was drifting the mic away from my mouth a little bit. It says it's putting it out. The funny thing is, though, is people I hear really loud. I'm not hearing so loud today, so I'm not sure if I've changed something or if there might be just some conditions. But I don't know. Was this transmission better? I was more attentive to where the mic was.
Yeah, it's a little bit crackly. I'm just staticky. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anybody else picking that up with Wade? Yeah, I just listened to him on direct. There's nothing. I think it's through the repeater. He's actually louder here direct than he is through the repeater, obviously. Okay, thanks, Bill. Yeah, all right then, because I can't get him on the reverse. But okay, Wade. Yeah, it must be just conditions tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's warmed up a touch, but is there wind? I'm trying to remember. I decided to take a long way home and go for a walk. It was a nice walk down the trail there, but I don't recall it being particularly windy. So I don't know what the condition would be, but anyways, it is working. I am picking up everybody I usually pick up through the repeater. It just sounds a little different, that's all. But it's does seem to be basically working. So maybe we talk to that could be the case.
Yep, okay, very good, Wade. All right, anything else? I'll pass it down to Dave.
No, I had something, but then I forget what it is. So I'll pick it up next time I remember it when you come back around. I'll let you pass it to Dave. And I'm here for the duration of the VA3LBI VA3CP. Back to you.
Yep, okay, all right, Dave, VA3CP, VE3LBI. Come on in, Dave. Good evening, Larry. All on that, VA3CP. Mac, I think that phenomena that you're experiencing is probably gray line propagation. I was trying to work a guy in Japan on 10 meters, but USB got me up and down, that's typical. But if you take a look at the gray line map, you'll probably find that you and the gray line is halfway between you and the station that you're working. Over to you for a comment, Mac.
That sounds entirely too complicated for a guy that gets home from work and has an hour and a half between sitting down with the radio and climbing on the net. But I guess that would kind of make a good explanation. However, the experience over the last, say, 6, 7, maybe 10 days, the West Coast to Southern Ontario propagation, especially California. You know, I've always been able to work Oregon. Washington State's always been a little bit tough. But it's not until just recently that I've been experiencing the ability to hear into California on 20 meters. So something is a little different, and we'll keep kind of a mental note of when we can and when we can't. See if there's any correlation. But yeah, appreciate the input there, Dave.
Okay, well, gray line propagation is a known phenomenon, and if you take a look and just put that gray line, take a look at the gray line map. You can see it on PSJ Reporter or whatever, and just take a look. You'll find that what will happen is the signals will be kind of so-so, and all of a sudden they'll peak. They'll come up really well, and then they'll drop right off again. And that's typical gray line. And it follows the sun. You'll also find that Europe will be able to work here as gray line is mid-Atlantic. Okay, over to you, Larry. VA3LBI, VA3CP. Yeah, no, very good, Dave. Yeah, I think you and I ran into that situation. We worked, was it Stewart, I think, in England at one time. There was a gray line. You had got a hold of me. This is not this a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and there was a gray line, and he was coming in, and you and I both worked on it. It was like an excellent signal from him. Yeah, absolutely. Probably in the morning before. What am I thinking? No, I can't. I don't remember which time day it was, but anyway, yeah. Gray line will also vary. Don't forget that sunrise sunset is changing all the time, so the gray line effects will move. So you may find that they're good at 7 o'clock today or 6 o'clock today, and then another week from now it'll be 20 minutes or half hour later. All right, VA3LBI, VA3CP. Yep. Okay, Dave. Yeah, you remember who I told you who was on there at the work? I was just trying to remember it for Bill. There was one party on there obviously out of the U.S. Do you remember who it was? I can't remember now offhand. When was this? I believe it was yesterday. I happened to text you and say, oh, so-and-so's on, was it Stuart Crow? Yeah, Stuart was on a 2022 M0TTQ. That's what it was, Bill. VE3UK, VE3LBI. Yeah, it was Stuart Crow. Was it M0 Tango Quebec? He was on with a threefer, and I was trying to get a hold of you for him to work Excellent, Bill. Very good. All right. Good stuff. All right. Anybody else checking in Friday night? Is that everybody to my call sign? Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo 8. Come on in.
Victor Echo 3, every kind of junk.
Okay, Bill. Got your log. VE3EKJ, VE3LBI. Come on in, Bill. How's things with you?
Not bad, Larry. A little cold. But the furnace still works well, so I can't complain, I suppose. And if worst gets to worst, I can always pull a cat or a dog up on me, and that keeps me warm. I'm just basically sitting here sipping a coffee and daydreaming about what junk I might find at the Hamfest down Niagara Falls tomorrow.
Well, do tell. Didn't know the Hamfest in Niagara Falls. Tell some more, please.
Yeah, it's hosted by the St. Catherine's Club, and some of the guys may know that St. Catherine's always had a great Hamfest, and it was, in February, there wasn't much else, so if you liked Hamfest, you get kind of starved in the wintertime. There's all kinds in the warmer months, but it disappeared from COVID, and it never came back until this year. And for some reason, they moved it down to Niagara Falls. There's what they call the Fireman's Hall down there, a fire station, and which isn't too much farther away, I suppose. But I'm hoping it's just as good as it was, in past years. And Stevensville has had one for the last couple of years, but the one last fall was terrible. I think there was only a handful of vendors and not much more in the way of people, visitors, buyers. So I don't know if it's going to survive. It was a long way to go for slim pickings. But I'm really looking forward to what the St. Catherine's Club is going to host tomorrow. And I'm taking some heavy bags that'll be able to carry a lot of weight. I was thinking maybe of taking a grocery cart. When you're into boat anchors like I am, Larry, and getting a little older, muscles aren't what they used to be, I think some kind of cart might be a good idea.
Well, I know Dave got one for Christmas. He got it from Canadian Tire. It's a wagon, but it folds up, and you can pull it. So it's got, nice tires on it, and it can fold it right up, and then you can put your stuff on that and drag it along behind you, Bill.
Oh, I might make an investment. I haven't been to Crappy Tire for quite a long time. And, thanks for the tip.
Yep, he got that for Christmas, so it worked out quite well. He can use it to put his total stuff in or whatever else he wants to use it for. So quite the nice little article. Actually, he posted it in the Discord. I can't remember under which, probably under General or something. But if you get the opportunity, have a look in there. You'll see it.
Okay, fine. Well, I do intend to finally get out for my own activation when the weather warms up. And I've got a grocery cart the wife and I used to use. And so I'm going to Shanghai it into POTA duty because I got a fair bit of kit. And I've been trying to keep the weight down, but it's not just weight. It's, things get a little bulky. I've got a tripod antenna mast set up. The sort of thing for putting your TV antenna on your roof peak. And it's just a tripod type arrangement. I was really tickled. I picked it up in Lancaster for $10 just as I was going out the door. And I have a full-size 40-meter vertical fiberglass telescoping thing to do for the main radiator. I got a box I had made up with a 49-to-1 un in it, and a direct switch, so I can go full quarter wave on 40, or an end-fed half wave for the higher bands, and I'm hoping it'll be reasonably efficient.
Well, Bill, I think that's what it's all about. I think everybody will agree. It's always experimental stuff and testing and seeing what the outcome is. I'm sure that there's a lot of people. I listened to quite a few of the polo operators with different setups, not all the same, not Canadians, but everything else, and not even end-fed half waves, just stuff they're trying and see. They have this, they call it the magic carpet. It's some type of a, I don't think I want to say a metal, but it's a foldable type of a structure they put down underneath some of these antennas, using it as the ground wave. So there's always somebody trying something. I mean, there was one fellow there that he loaded up a baseball diamond, the screen on it. That would be quite interesting. I don't know how well it would work, but he did load it up.
Well, I'm going by just book theory, which we all know what that could be worth sometimes, but by book theory is an end-fed long resonant radiator for 20 up through 10. It doesn't really need any sort of ground plane or radials or whatever. A half wave is a half wave after all. It doesn't, need the ground for the other half. But on 40 meters, I was thinking I should have some kind of radials, and running 33-foot wires out on the grass of a park, that might be a little bit of a safety problem or whatever. Somebody might trip and fall and sue me or something. But I was looking at something they call ground screening, which is almost like a cloth carpet. Amazon's got it, but it's a conductive cloth carpet. And you can roll it up, and, it would be, like 2 or 3 lengths about 10 feet long and about 2 or 3 feet wide would be a lovely ground plane for a 40-meter radiator. So we shall see, because you have to understand, Larry, I'm only intending to run my FT817, and I keep that at 2.5 watts, just to take it easier on the final transistors if there was ever a bad mismatch or something. So I need all the efficiency I can get.
Oh, absolutely, Bill. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Just going to stop for a second here. We'll say hello to Gary there. Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet Golf Delta. Good evening there, sir. I believe the first name's Gary. That's why I put it in there. So, good evening. Welcome to the Friday night Ragchew on 443.075 in Hamilton, Ontario. And my call sign is Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. My first name's Larry. And back to you, Bill. Anything else you want back to town, or if anybody else wants to check in?
Nope, it's winter. I'm old. Life is boring. Go look for check-ins.
Okay, Bill. Yeah, it's supposed to get cold. You're right. I think everybody's going to be happy when we get out of this frigid temperature. So I think it would be nice just a little bit above zero, although the sun is nice through the days. But the temperature, I think we got about 28, 29 degrees Fahrenheit around the house today. But the sun always feels good.
It does, but tomorrow is going to be a little rough going down to Niagara Falls. A high tomorrow of -16, plus wind chill. I don't even want to think about wind chill. But fortunately, it's an inside event.
Nope, true. I remember last year, Bill, before I tried to pick somebody else up, we went out, went grocery shopping in the wintertime, and I had put the milk, the 3 bags of milk in the car seat for the young fella, and never thought about it. Came in the house and went back out the next morning, and here's the 3 bags. I said, well, at least you don't have to worry about it going bad. It was cold enough to keep it under control. So, anyway. Okay, Bill, thanks. All right, any other check-ins for Friday night? Ragchew. My call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. from work or at home?
No, Larry, I'm at home there. Good evening, all. So I'm at home. I've been at home since about 5 o'clock. I've just come off of work in 3 days in a row, so I'm off for a couple days, and I'm just I am gonna go out tomorrow, though. I'm going over to my mom's place tomorrow to do a little bit more work on the floor over there, and that's about it. Other than that, I'm just gonna take it easy.
Yep, okay, no problem, Steve. You must be on the handheld, are you?
Yeah, I'm on the handheld here, sitting in the couch here in the living room. Am I not making it in too well?
Oh, you're okay. Oh, staticky, that's all, no problem. How's Mom doing, okay?
Yep, she's getting stronger every day. And yep, we'll see where she's at in about a week. Hopefully she'll be strong enough to come out of there. If not, I'll keep her another week and assess her after that. So, yep, fingers crossed. Hopefully she's out sooner than later. But thanks for asking, Larry.
Yep, no problem, Steve. I think everybody's a little bit concerned or interested, too, to find out how she's doing. So I don't think I had an opportunity to talk to you before. I think it was up there on Sunday. I was up at Home Depot. I think he went to work for 1 o'clock on Sunday. I ran into Mark. Was talking to him. I was looking for a bolt I needed for my snowblower. But I ran into Mark and had a little talk or a little chit chat with him. And then I think you were coming in around 1 o'clock. I believe it was on the Sunday.
That could have been, yeah, I think it was earlier than that. I think it would have started at 11. Possibly. Or was it? No, yeah, it would have been 11 because we're on winter hours. We close at 8 o'clock, right? So it would have been an 8-hour shift and a 1-hour lunch. So yeah, it was probably at 11, and he might have started earlier than me.
Yeah, maybe it was. You know what, Steve? I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday. He told me you weren't starting till 1 o'clock, though. So, anyways, I was up there. I just happened to mention it. Him and I were off to one side. We were talking for a bit.
Yeah, roger that. I trust he got you the bolt that you needed in stainless steel, I hope?
Unfortunately, it's not going to work when I wanted to. Anyways, there's a bit more of an issue with the snowblower. It's actually for the starter, the electric starter on the snowblower. There's a bit more of an issue with that. So I have to do some repairs, probably in the spring when it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, roger that, yeah. What, you got to drill a bit of a hole or something? Put a bolt in a nut through?
Yeah, I can't quite go all the way through it. Just basically a hole, basically, the bolt goes into, but unfortunately, the threads seem to be a little bit stripped out of it. So, speaking about Mark, he just checked in here on the YouTube, so VA3IMW. He said just checking in on YouTube tonight. He's busy, so. All right. Anyways, anything else, Steve, to add?
No, Larry, I think that's about it. And Ryobi sells a tap and die set in aisle 15 there. You might want to look at that. You may have to tap a bigger hole in that strip nut or wherever it's screwed into. Anyway, no, that's all, Larry. Thanks for doing that there, everybody. We'll be listening to the remainder there. VA3IMW.
Yep, okay, not a problem. All right, thanks very much, Steve. Somebody else checking in here, I missed you. Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform, West Hamilton. I missed you. Sorry about that. Thanks for joining in tonight on YouTube.
E3LBI,
Yes, go ahead. No problem. I got a copy.
Okay, maybe somebody jumped in there, you have me there. Anyways, just wanted to take it easy with everybody else on the net here. I'm just sitting here, here, waiting for the wife. She should be minutes there. So I brought my radio, and I guess hitting the tower no problem there. So yeah, not too much else to add. Just to say hello.
Yep, okay, no problem. All right, glad you checked in. I got you on the list. I appreciate the check-in tonight. We're kind of a slow night tonight, not too many check-ins. I'm surprised. I thought it would have been a little bit more, but I guess people would be out doing something. Well, I guess Valentine's Day is until next weekend, so it's also a long weekend next weekend. There you go, Mac. You're going to be happy about that.
Yahoo! Happy Family Day. We'll be on Family Day Radio Day.
All right, anybody else checking into the Friday night auxiliary Ragchew? Come on in, VA3IMW. Anybody got anything for discussion? I was got one thing I was going to talk about if anybody's interested. I guess the Olympic Games opened up today. I'm not sure how many people really get involved in it or really enjoy it. There's a couple things that I like to watch, but I'm not dedicated towards it. Other than I got a kick out of this. Toronto has decided, because the Olympic Games are starting in the hours, that they're going to open up the bars and alcohol at 6 in the morning. I can't believe it. Look at that. You're blasted by 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Anyway, Mac, anything interesting for the Olympics for you or no?
Well, you know what? On the weekend, the world is your oyster, right? So you don't have to worry about going out to an establishment. Feel free to imbibe at your leisure. Actually, I have not been following along with the Olympics. Obviously, always interested to see how the women's hockey does, because we really have a foothold there. Other than that, I would say probably not a whole lot of focus on that. However, just switching gears briefly here, our friend Gary has just purchased a JPC-12 antenna, and that's what we call our Pac-12s. So hoping that he's going to get some great enjoyment out of that unit. He's also looking for a G90 to go with that. So he has a plan to build up a little bit of kit to be out at park or in any situation to set up a radio and antenna. I'm sure that he'll be able to work that very well. And Gary, just a quick note, you can also look us up on QRZ, and many of us are running these JP-12 antennas. And if you need any help with trying to get used to setting up the Pac-12 antenna, a lot of us have experimented with various setups, and we can also send you some information as far as how many aluminum bar stock units you put in line for the various spans that you work. And also, a quick note, I've added an extra coil and a extra long telescopic antenna, so I can actually coax the JP-12 antenna down to as low as 80 meters. So for me, it's functional for 80 meters up through 6, also including 60 meters, which is a somewhat seldomly visited band. Anyways, that's it for me.
Yep, very good. Okay, thanks, Mac. I just looked here, so I missed somebody too. I guess we got Knowles in there too, the E3KDT. Sorry about that, Noel. I just scrolling back through the YouTube chat there. I missed you. And I guess, Graham, Mac actually asked a question. If you get an opportunity, he just wondered how you actually found the group here. He was just curious, the YouTube group. So if you get an opportunity, just give him a shout. Tell him how you found it. Okay, Bill, VA3IMW, VA3LBI. Anything interesting for the Olympics for you or no?
Well, let's see. In this order, curling, hockey, bobsled. I don't want to get political, but let's hope this time around with the Olympics, we keep the boys and the girls separate, high. But, yeah, I would say the curling is my favorite sport to watch. I just love it.
Okay, well, that's very good. Yeah, myself, I'm not dedicated to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch it or something, but I do like watching some of the stuff that's on there. And believe it or not, and people maybe laugh, I don't care. I do like some of the figure skating stuff. I find it quite athletic.
Absolutely. I would say overall I'm more of a fan of the Winter Olympics than I am of the summer. If I ever had a chance to go to the games, I would just forego summer games and go to the winter games. Absolutely.
Yeah, a little tough skiing downhill in the middle of an 85-degree temperature, isn't it?
Yeah, Roger. No, I just have more of an interest. There's not too much of the winter stuff that I don't like to watch. I like to watch all of it. What I listed there was my top three, though. The curling, hockey, and bobsledding, but I would agree with you about the ice skating, especially the dance routines and that. It's just the artistic endeavor and the choreography that goes into that is something else.
Yeah, absolutely. Just some of the stuff, like I say, it's so, the athletes are so tuned for doing things and in tune. The choreography is just unbelievable.
Yeah, Roger, and I've got the CBC Gem app on my phone, so I can get the alerts for the different events that I want to watch.
Yep, okay, very good, Bill. All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it. Thanks for doing it, Lily. And I just wanted to say hello to Gary Graham there. Thanks for your service, and welcome to the hobby.
Yep, okay, thanks very much. Wade, NCA, VA3 NCA, Olympics, anything interesting, or do you bother, or what?
VA3LBI, VA3MCA. Yeah, I'm a casual watcher. When I can't say that I make my schedule around it at all, but if I see it on, I will definitely watch it. I also like the curling. Growing up, my dad was really into curling, and we went with him a few times, so that was always a fun thing to do. So I like to watch the curling, the hockey. Speed skating. I actually subletted a place with over the summer with a bunch of students. One of those students was a cyclist, but also oh geez, I can picture her now, but I can't pull her name out of the air right now. But anyways, speed skating is always a fun thing to watch, and basically anything, but it's a casual thing. I don't go out of my way to schedule my time around it. And yeah, Gary, welcome and congratulations on your ticket. It sounds like if you're looking at a G90 and a Pac-12, you got at least your general, so that's excellent. And if not, then that's your next step to make the best use out of POTA and that G90. The Pac-12, or as you have the JPC-12, I think they're about the same. They're roughly the same. Up here we call it the Pac-12. It's a versatile, fun little antenna. You can do all sorts of things with it, just like Max said. Add a few things and you can extend its range. But congratulations, anyways, and have a lot of fun out on POTA. We certainly do. Thanks again, there, Larry. I'll send it back to you. VA3IMW.
Yep, thanks so much, Wade. Yeah, just reading what Gary had put back on here. Said it took him 7 tries to pass my tech test. You know what? I'm glad you didn't give up, Gary. That's fantastic. No matter how many times you fail, at least you got it now, and I'm proud of it. So very good, sir. Excellent. All right, up next, Dave. VA3CP, VA3LBA. Anything with the Olympics, Dave? Nope. missing anything? Hockey team, nothing? Maybe in hockey. Yeah, probably hockey. Yeah, well, I guess the young ladies are out for a little bit. I think they ended up with, was it Norwalk virus or something? They're not going to play until next week. 14 of them come down with it. All of them. Every one of them came down with what? What is it, the Norwalk virus? Oh, yeah, that would be bad. Wouldn't be nice anyway. Be sick for a bit. Yeah, well, apparently they're not going to play until next week, but I said to the wife tonight, I said, they're still going to be knocked out. They won't be full strength what they normally are. That's pretty rough. So I'm sure they're looking after them, but it was 14 of them all come down sick. Yeah, that's too bad. Well, obviously all traveling together and probably eating in the same spot too. All right, I'll let you carry on there, VA3CP. Thanks, Dave. All right, VE3EKJ, VE3LBI. What do you think about the Olympics? Anything interesting you watch at all?
No. There's too many people skating around, and I gave up on anything on ice when I was 17, when was the last time I saw the Leafs win the Cup. And since then, it was sort of like Charlie Brown and the football. Lucy'd pull on football, and just like the Leafs would choke. And so I no longer cared much for ice sports, I'm afraid, Larry. So I do like to watch my Blue Jays, and, looks like they're taking a serious run at things again. I'm really looking forward to when things open up for this season.
I hope they continue this year, do exactly what they did last year. By the way, speaking about that, I hear one of the announcers retired after 4 decades. He's finished. He made his last call. I do not remember his name, and I believe he's in his 70s, but he's been 4 decades calling the Blue Jays, and I forgot his name.
Buck Martinez.
There you go. Yep. Well, congratulations to him, too, for putting it up and staying that long doing it. That would be quite a feat. Like I say, he spent 40 years doing it, so it's been quite a long time. He's getting treatments for cancer, I believe, VA3CP. Oh, okay. Maybe that's one of the reasons he's also quitting, too. But even so, like I say, 40 years of calling baseball for the Blue Jays, that's good.
I can still remember when I did watch hockey, listening to Foster Hewitt. So, I am old.
I remember Foster Hewitt. I remember the original 6.
You're both old. And Vern's in there. He's portable handheld.
Come on in, Vern. Miss you.
No problem, Larry. I was the one who jumped in with Buck Martinez's name. Former catcher for the Blue Jays, good player, but also a great announcer. Yeah, I hope he missed. He was out for a while for cancer. Was clean for a while, and now it's back. So unfortunately, calling the 7th game of the World Series will be the last time that we'll hear him in the box. Back to you, Larry.
Got you in the log, Vern. Thanks very much. How's the weather out there tonight? Not too bad, eh?
Yeah, it's still not too bad. I was -3, -4. I realize, of course, it's going to get freezing, like, I don't know, -25 or some ridiculous number, but right now it's quite nice. A little bit of dusting of snow today when I get back to the house. Got to do a little bit of shoveling. Grateful that you are doing the net tonight, Larry, and nice to hear folks in there. VA3CRF.
Okay, thanks, Vern, for joining in tonight. Appreciate it, and be safe on the walk there. Some of this might ice up a bit with the temperature change.
Yeah, when I need to, I walk gingerly.
Okay. You're walking with Ginger or gingerly? Both. Go. All right, thanks, Vern. Who am I missing here? All right. Steve, VA3NFG, VE3LBI. So what's the Steve?
Yeah, Larry, good luck there. Most of what I caught anyway. We'll be around this weekend somewhere. I've got a couple days off. I'll probably have a radio with me tomorrow, so I'll be listening to some of the local repeaters here. I guess I'll be scanning while I'm working away. So anyway, thanks again there, Larry. VA3IMW.
Yep, okay, Steve, I just wanted, do you watch any of the Olympics or anything to do with the Olympics at all?
No, I haven't. I've seen highlights here and there on, on social media, but I haven't watched any.
All right, not a problem, Steve. Okay, thanks. Let's see if VE3, Charlie Echo Uniform, Thomas, you still with us?
I'm still here, VE3LBI, VE3CU. Yeah, I'm interested in the Olympics for sure. I'm looking forward to watching some of it for sure. Especially being retired, I'll have got more time for it.
Anything of favorites at all?
I like watching the skiing down the slopes there.
Yeah, my wife's the same way. She likes that too. She was a couple things. I like watching the curling, the hockey. Again, I'm not going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch it. And as I mentioned, the figure skating, some of that stuff is pretty interesting. I can't think of anything else. There was something else I was. And sometimes I watch it if I get an opportunity to bobsledding. The Jamaican bobsledders.
Thanks up there, so thanks for picking me up there, Mary. So we'll take that with trees and it's good you're listening along on our flight.
Yeah, okay, very good. All right, anything else?
Nothing else at this time. I'll just keep the radio on and listen on the way.
Okay, very good, Thomas. Thanks so much. Vern, anything that's Olympics-wise? Like I say, anything other than, anything really you would get up early for to watch or anything, or just kind of a casual?
No, I do enjoy the Olympics, both winter and summer. I'll get up early for some events. I do like the hockey, as has been mentioned. Bobsled is pretty cool as well. The figure skating I enjoy as well, very artistic. And those guys, they're great athletes. Some of the stuff that they do on the ice is incredible. I also, unrelated, I really enjoy the FIFA World Cup, so the soccer games. And usually I cheer for Canada, and once they're eliminated, I'll cheer for one of the Latin American teams. And if they're eliminated, then I cheer for Spain. You can see a bit of a pattern there. Back to you, Larry.
Okay, thanks, Vern. All right, we're getting close to a wrap-up here. Any other check-ins for Friday night? Is that Ragchew? My call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India. Come on in. Comment VE3IUK. 1 second, Bell's in away. Any other check-ins Friday night? Is that Ragchew? VE3LBI.
Greetings from Eastern Oakville. You guys are all scratchy tonight. Victor Echo 3, Victor Yankee Tango.
Good evening, Ed. How are you? I'll put you in the log here. If you want to hang around for a minute, I'll pick up Bill now. VE3IUK, VE3LBI. Come on in. I just wanted to make a quick comment. You talk about the bobsledding. Reminds me of the Jamaican bobsled movie, the whole Cool Runnings movie. So maybe I'll go back and watch that. Back to you, Larry. Yeah, okay, very good. All right, come on in, Ed. VE3VLIT, VE3LBI.
Good evening. I don't know how you guys are making it out here. It's a little scratchy on this end. I think the weather's got something to do with it tonight. I was just hearing you guys the last few minutes there. You're talking about the Olympics, and yeah, I'm looking forward to watching downhill skiing and hockey. I actually like women's hockey, believe it or not. It's really cool watching them. They're some unique talent out there on the ice. I was watching the shootout there between Czechia and Switzerland in the replays this evening on CBC Gem, and some good shooters there, some good skaters.
Well, I think that's the idea, right? To put the best up forward and towards the country and all the rest of it. So, anyways, anything else, Ed? I'm going to do probably a 7-3 round shortly.
No, nothing. I just wanted to see if I could get in because, like I say, it was pretty scratchy here tonight. But yeah, my radio kept tuning you guys out, so I didn't say anything until just now. Got to give it one shot before the end.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem. All right. Anybody else got anything else to add to the conversation tonight before we do a 7-3 round? It's 9 o'clock. Go ahead, Wade.
VA3LBI, VA3NCA. We didn't hear about you in the Olympics. Did you watch anything in particular?
Myself?
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, the hockey. I like the skating, especially the couples that are out the ice. I do like the curling. Absolutely like the curl. I've curled. I found it. As a matter of fact, I found it kind of almost like I have to say like pool. And it was quite interesting. I haven't done it for a long time. Don't know if I could do it again. I don't know if I could, keep up that way. But it was quite interesting. So there's a few things, but nothing that I would, like I say, get up at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock to watch.
Yeah, that's about the same. And curling, I've done it a few times, but nothing recently. But I do enjoy the curling as well. So, sounds good. All right, I'll send it back to you there, Larry. And you can move on to the 7-3, I think is where we're at. But thanks for that again. VA3MCA.
Yep, okay, we'll run her down here and do a 7-3 round. Mac, VA3MW, VA3LBI, 7-3.
Well, okay, Larry. Thanks for doing this one. Certainly appreciate it. Always good to wrap up on a Friday night, sharing some thoughts and ideas with like-minded individuals. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m., probably with VE3IUK at the helm for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Thanks again, Larry. I'll turn it back to you.
Thanks very much, Mac. VE3IUK, VE3LBI, 7-3 round, Bill.
Yeah, it's 7-3, and I'll be sticking around. If anybody wants to chat after, I'll be here. Thanks a lot for doing it, Larry.
No problem, Bill. VA3NCA, VE3LBI, doing a 7-3 round. Wait.
VA3LBI, VA3NCA. Thanks again for doing it there, Larry. 7-3 to you and to everybody on net. We'll catch you on the next one. Back to you.
VA3CP, VE3LBI, 7-3 round, Dave. Yep, 7-3, everybody. Talk to you later, VA3CP. VE3EKJ, VE3LBI, 7-3 round, Bill.
Okay, fine. And thanks again for the tip for the grocery cart. I do think I'm going to take that along with me tomorrow, just in case.
Yeah, very good, Bill. VA3NFT, VE3LBI, 7-3 round, Steve.
Yeah, very good, Larry. 7-3 all. We'll catch up with you next time. VA3NFG.
VE3EU, VE3LBI, 7-3 on Tom. Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform. You still with us, Tom? Video marking 7-3. VE3, CRF, VE3LBI, 7-3 on Burn.
Hey Larry, thanks for doing it. Do appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good night. And I neglected to do so, but I wanted to thank Mac for the relay. Hope everyone has a good evening. VA3 CRF.
Thanks very much, Vern. VE3 BYT, dead. VE3LBI, 7-3 round.
Thanks, Larry. Hope everybody has a nice weekend. Enjoy the Olympic sports, and hope Bill there, EKJ, don't shop too much out there in Niagara. But do enjoy yourself. Have a great weekend, everyone. 73, VE3 VYT.
Okay, thanks, everybody. And let me just run down, and I hope I don't miss anybody here on the YouTube stream. First of all, Noel, VE3 KDT, VE3LBI. Thanks for joining in tonight, Noel, on the YouTube stream. And also we have Gary, Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet, Golf, Delta. Thanks very much for joining in tonight, Gary. Max, if you got a couple of minutes before you cut the live stream off, if Gary's still there, maybe he can fill it on a couple of the other nets that go through the week. He might be interested. And last but not least, I got Mark, VA3MHV. Thanks, Mark, for joining in tonight. I'll pass it back to you right after I clear here. So my call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India, and I'll let Mac take it over. Mac, put the repeater back to normal use after you're done, please. VE3LBI.
Absolutely. And we'll start by thanking VE3IQL Terry for the use of the repeater. The machine's working like a charm. And Gary, just for your information, this live stream is up several days a week. Let's say, I guess 6 days a week. So we do live stream the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday from this same repeater, starting at 7 p.m. here, our local time. And then on Thursday, we have a simplex net that we run on 446.125. We also piggyback on the Monday evening nets. Here locally, we have a Hamilton Amateur Radio Club that hosts a 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. VHF, UHF net. So we also jump over and piggyback on the tail end of that net between 7:30 and 8 o'clock usually. And we also have to recognize that we have an amateur radio exchange group net that happens on Wednesday evening. Now that net occurs on a simplex frequency on 2 meters of 146.430, and the net controller is VA3CJZ. Now, in order to follow along with that fellow on YouTube, you have to look up his call sign, VA3CJZ, in the YouTube search box. And you'll be able to follow with us local time here, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Wednesday evening. So we're certainly encouraging everybody who's finding us to follow along, like, and subscribe. And we certainly appreciate the participation from our distant stations. With that, we'll be at everybody 7-3s. I'll be monitoring this frequency for a little bit longer tonight. It is the weekend after all. And we'll now bring the net and the live stream to a close. And 7-3s, one and all. That's how we say goodbye.